Grand day, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Huddle. I'm your host, Chase Steele Greye, along with my good buddy, Sorrel Piton. And man, I'm always so excited to be here because if you don't know anything about me, you know I'm excited about people. I'm excited about what they do, how they live, the things they bring to us. And we have a great guest today, a great human being named Mr. James Crosby. And before we go into our special guest, you know I got to hit you with one joke, just something to open it up a little bit for you before we go forward. So what I have for you today is more like a one-liner, but a man is speaking with his wife and he says to her, he's talking to her, and she says, "Honey, please stop trying to impersonate a flamingo." And he said, "I had to put my foot down." Roll that tape. Oh yeah. Love the guitar solo, love the guitar, love the drum solo, Well, here we are once again on Daily Huddle. Chase Steele Greye here as your host today. And as we always do before we get into the interview, I want to speak to some of the people that we have here and just open it up a little bit, see where everyone's head is. And I think I'm going to start with Stan today. Stan, you doing good?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
My Daily Huddle brother.
Yes, my Daily Huddle brother. I like that. Where are you and what are you grateful for today?
I am right here, the only place that I could be.
I know that's right.
Chase. And I'm grateful that I have a daily huddle to come to and express myself and hear some wonderful ideas.
Yes, this is all true. You are not lying. Andrea, how are you?
Chase, I am the way I say I am, and today I am creative.
Excellent. I like that. I like that about you. And lastly, Rashida, who will you hug today?
Good morning, my family Daily Huddle. I'm going to hug myself and also my boyfriend that is digging the cardamom out of the snow. We have so much snow, it's unbelievable.
Yes, I know. It finally came. It finally
did come, yeah.
Thank you so much for being with us today. Special shout out to my boy Daniel Johnson. I see him in there with the model picture. So as I said, I'm so excited today, and I'm excited always to be in the Daily Huddle to interface with all of these high-level people, hearing all these insights, getting all this information. And so my quest is to just bring people that are on that level into our family here on the Daily Huddle. So today I kind of get emotional when I'm describing James because James was brought to me by someone that I highly respect. And she said, "Here, I want you to mentor this young man." And I thought, wow, what's this guy about? She said, he's next level. He's a different cat. His brain is different. He expresses different. I want you to meet him. I think you guys need to talk. And I was like, wow, she's really excited about this. So that's how James and I met. Someone actually gave me James. They were like, here you go. Whatever you need to do, do it. I was like, wow. So as you know, or if you have not read, I'm going to go through this bio a little bit with James because I just think he's an amazing person. As it says here, born and raised in Brooklyn, James is like nothing you've ever seen before. Currently holding an Associate of Liberal Arts in Mass Communication from Medgar Evers College, Bachelors of Music and Jazz Studies from City College. He's currently finishing up a Bachelor of Science in English Equestrian Studies and Equine Business Management from the University of Findlay, Ohio. Outside his degrees, James is a verified recording artist. If you came on early, we're playing his tune on the streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, and in academia, no stranger to the world of performing arts, working part-time associate at Macy's in Brooklyn. He's lended his voice as a vocalist for the singing Christmas Tree Float and Macy's Day Parade 2017 and 2018, and By finding a way to bring his musical prowess and his love for horses together, he's released 2 equestrian-themed songs called Grand Prix Girl and 5 Trips Out. This also led him opportunities to sing the national anthem for the horse shows in his equestrian farm. I mean, look, I could go on, but boy, I want you to have as much time with him as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Daily Huddle, Mr. James Crosby.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
I love it.
I love it. The way we say we are, James.
That's right.
Good to have you, man.
We are.
That's right. And I want you to please unpack this amazing question. How do we create and maintain discipline for mental and physical fitness? Now, you know, you and I have had some epic conversations about everything from women to music to philosophy to traveling to parents, because we both have kind of Caribbean background upbringing. So we became good people. We didn't have a choice. We did what we were supposed to do. That's it.
Yeah.
But unpack that for me a little bit. You know, what goes through your mind as that question comes up?
Yeah. Well, before I go into that, I just want to give credit where credit due. Can we give some hands to, I call him Cat, but can we give something to Chase Steele Greye, please, for bringing me on? You know,
oh boy,
he didn't have to, but he did, and I greatly appreciate it. And I want to thank you, Mr. Catan, for, you know, trusting Chase to bring me on as well. And I want to thank all of you for waking up at 9 a.m. You know, I heard somebody, Mr. Freed, you doing a carnival right now. You in Trinidad?
Yes, I am. Yes.
You in Trinidad?
Yeah.
I have family in Arima, you know.
Really?
I have family in Arima, Laventille.
Okay.
I like it.
The last girlfriend, she was from Sando, you know.
Okay. Well, I am from Sando as well.
All right. Yeah, but seriously though, let's get into it. So the question today is, how can we create and maintain discipline for mental and physical fitness? Now, I don't have to go too far and look and see that you guys are all very accomplished individuals in your respective fields. So with that being said, you guys are like really high volume, high active people. So it's important to take care of your body and to take care of your mind, because that's the most important thing that you have. So let's start with the mind. The mind is, it's been said that the mind is a terrible thing to waste. So that's the one reason why we should really try to keep it active, keep it moving, and not just keep it moving, but fill it with the things that will cultivate it, you know, things that will edify it. And then with your body, you really want to keep that fit as well, because you need to move. You need to wake up every day. If you don't have your body, you don't have anything. So that's going to lead me to my first point. Whether it's mental or physical fitness, before you even get to maintaining it, you got to find your why. Why am I doing this? And to find your why, I want to start with something called the current state. Where are you now? You know, like, let's say that you're in a job, you have a family, and you're going to work every day, and you're just doing your routine. Now, your current state, depending on where you come from and how you were raised, your current state is something that you can't really control because you're born into it. And everybody's born into a different state. You know, somebody like myself, I was blessed to say that I was born into a state where I was raised in a 2-parent home. I experienced a lot of love, a lot of support. You know, I met people like Chase who have come in to support me, and like other people like Chase, they thought it not robbery to sow into me as well. Another kid across town is 26. He probably wasn't so fortunate. So that's my current state. Now you got to find something called your dream state. Now, like your current state, your dream state is something that is very personal to you. My dream state is way different from your dream state. You see, my dream state is I'd love to have a family someday. I'd love to have cars. I want a nice car. I'm an equestrian major. I want a horse. In terms of a career, I want to be in a career where my ideal career is something that can bring together horses and music. So that's my dream state. Now, Cap, let me ask you, what's your dream state?
My dream state is waking up in the morning and blessing people with my talents. Going to a place, playing some music, going to a children's learning area and being with them, reading to them, doing some yoga, and then maybe later on cooking a feast for all my friends. All fluid things, right? All fluid things.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Katan, how about you? What's your dream state?
I like that. I like that.
My dream state is always here. As my promise fulfilled, that Haiti is a developed nation in my time. And I, like you, I'm fortunate to wake up into that dream state and to give it the permission to run my life.
Okay. So you just got 3 examples of a dream state. That is our why. That's your why. Your current state, going into the dream state. That is why we create discipline. Because you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. You can't do it. It's impossible. Like, I remember back when I was in Brooklyn and I was working as an audio technician for my home church. There was a audio technician by the name of Frobel McSimon. And one thing that he always told the volunteers, he talked about something called the 5 Ps. Perfect preparation prevents poor performance. So I would say that's the bridge to get from your current state to your dream state. Use the 5 Ps. Perfect preparation prevents poor performance. So that's our why. Use the current state, and then you plan perfectly to get to your dream state, right? That's your dream state. So we can say that your current state to your dream state, that's your why. Your how is the 5 Ps, by planning effectively. So let's take the first part, right? We said, how do we create mental and physical discipline, right? Now that we've identified our why is to get to our dream state, our how is the 5 Ps. So let's break it down. First, we have mental, right? Before we get to physical, let's do mental because we go from the head down. Mentally, we have to evaluate where we are mentally. How are we mentally right now? Why are we the way that we are? And I'll tell you, it's because mentally, our current state is all of the influence that we are around, all of the influences that are around us from the day we are born. So for me, my mental current state from the day that I'm born in that 2-parent household, going to Calvary Pentecostal Church, which turned into Calvary Cathedral of Praise, every Sunday, I was raised on faith. I was in school. I'm still in school, but I was in school every day. That's my current state mentally. So I know that I have to wake up every day. I know I have to go to school. I know that I have to go to church every Sunday because that's my current state. Because the influences that have been weighed on me at that point of my life, they were directing me. But I'm sorry, excuse me. No, it's not. The influences that have weighed on me from the day I was born, they have molded my current state. But now that I'm a man and I put away childish things, I'm working towards my dream state mentally. So let me show you what that looks like. Mentally, in my dream state, I know where I want to go. I know where I want to be. I want to be thinking clearly for as long as I can live. No brain mush, no Alzheimer's, anything like that. So how do I keep my mind sharp so I get to that point in my 70s, 80s? Well, one thing I could do is by keeping my mind straightforward, keeping my hand on the plow. I can't think about what the other person is doing. I can't let them bother me because I'm doing my thing and they don't like that. It reminds me of a song I heard by a group called Laos and Harmony. And I don't mean to talk about religion too much. I'm just a very spiritual person, but it's just a lyric that says, what God brought you through could have killed somebody else. Now, to take that and put it in a general sense, what I went through in my life, it could have killed somebody else. Not to say that my struggles are any more significant than yours, because we all have to go through that in life. However, there's 100 ways you could skin a cat. So that's what I mean when I say that you have to really take the time to develop your why and your how for mental fitness. Now let's go into physical, because that one is a little more concrete and that's just something you can see more than your mental fitness. With physical fitness, it's finding your why, finding your how. Now, with your physical fitness, I feel like there's more ways you can go with this because it's more tangible. With the mental, it's much more spiritual. Like with mental, you can really assimilate it to the words of Bob Marley: emancipate yourself from a mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Now, you can also take that with your body. Emancipate yourself from physical slavery. None but ourselves can free our six-pack. No, I'm playing. No, but seriously though, with physical fitness, you have to find your why and your how, just like we did for your mental fitness. So let's talk about your current state. Fareed said our scars strengthen us. Yes, our scars definitely strengthen us. It's like Kelly Clarkson said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yes. So you got to realize your current state with your physical fitness. Where are you now? Are you as toned as you want to be? Are you as lean as you want to be? What are you doing, And it all really comes back to your time on this earth from the day you were born. Were you born into a family that emphasized physical fitness? Or, were you the type of family that just really sat around and, just enjoyed each other's company and didn't really exercise like that? That's okay. But with your dream state and with everything you want to accomplish, I'm guessing that you have to be fit for that. So that is your why. when you wake up in the morning and you want to go to the Olympics, you want to prepare for Tour de France, you want to do the Boston Marathon, that requires fitness. You want to run a Fortune 500 company, that requires fitness. You want to be, a musical extraordinaire like my man Cap here, that requires fitness as well. Because in New York City, the mecca of music, taxis are expensive. So let's say that you have to walk from studio to studio to studio to studio. You have to go to this record meeting. You got to meet with Clive Davis at lunch in Midtown at like 3:30. That requires fitness. And if you do not fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So with fitness as well, with physical fitness, no matter what you do, you got to think about your current state. Use those 5 P's to get to your dream state. It all draws back to knowing where you've been so that you can know where you're going. So that's all that I have for you guys today. And I really hope you hear me, because as I'm speaking to all of you, I'm speaking to myself. With this being a new day, like even after I get off of with y'all, I'm about to go do my 100 push-ups as well.
James, so good, man. So good. I appreciate how you went into that. You were preaching. I feel like I owe you money.
No.
It's crazy. I'm like, where's my money? Let me get this. I just want to make sure we have some time for people to ask you some questions. Tell everybody how old you are, James.
I am 26 years young.
I like that.
Yeah.
Right. I want to make sure people know, because when I met you, I swear you were the same person now, but you're better. You're even better now. It's like an incredible. I just appreciate the way you convey your message, with the passion that you bring it out. That's something that is very attractive as a human being, and it spills out on everyone else. So I just want to give you your flowers on that.
I appreciate that.
Does anyone have any questions for James? Because I want to make sure at least a couple of people can chime in if they have something to say. So many great people here. Anyone?
I'd love to
Sorrel.
James, I want to acknowledge you for being the, if there is a definition for freedom and there's a picture that serves as an icon for it, in the dictionary, your picture's there.
Oh, that's right.
To be someone who says, I want my career to be a mixture of my love for horses and music, and to free yourself up to dive into that wholeheartedly and produce something like the song we were playing at the beginning. I want to acknowledge you. And in terms of perfect preparation, I want to add another P to the mix. And say persist and stay the course. Because the icon you are, the example you are for other young people and older people like me is just exceptional. So that's the first thing I want to say. I want to say thank you for being you, and thank you for staying you.
I received that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So in the context of the 5 Ps, right? When you said perfect preparation, I smiled and I said, man, I don't know what that looks like. And in my experience, I've also been blessed to prepare and then bump into potholes anyway. I'd love to hear about a few potholes you've bumped into at your 26 years young age and how you dealt with them.
Potholes. Well, I will say that becoming an equestrian major, becoming a horseman was actually my plan A. But I know this might sound like a surprise to you, but I've actually been allergic to horses for a very long time. So with that being said, in junior year of high school, there was a stable across the street from my church in Brooklyn. Like, you know, the little storefront stable that's across the street from the church by Prospect Park, Chase?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Kensington.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. It was about junior year of high school. I actually was brushing a horse, and I remember the horse too. Her name was Katie. I was brushing Katie, and I started to break out into hives. And I had to go home. I forgot, I don't know. My dad did some type of remedy on me, but after that, it was like, yeah, we got to cut back on these horses. I was under about 3 allergy shots, one for cats and dogs, one for grass and trees, and another one for dust and pollen. And from that day, I've been taking allergy shots while I was in Brooklyn for about the next, I would say, how old am I? Yeah, for about the next 6 years, I was in allergy shots about every month. So that's how I started playing music, you know, with that being my plan B, which is how I ended up at Medgar Evers and City College. So that was definitely a pothole for me. But, you know, luckily, by grace, I was able to find a ladder in that pothole and like climb out, because when I was in my senior year at City College, something went off in me. And I remember it clear as day. I was in my arranging class for City College, and I just got out. I went to the bathroom and I said to myself, I still love horses. And I thought, I'm 23. I have my whole life ahead of me. What else am I gonna do, you know? And I didn't want that passion to die with me. So, like, to answer your question, Mr. Kazan, that is one of the biggest potholes I've ever had in my life. And that's how I was able to climb out of it.
Thank you.
Amazing, amazing stuff. Amazing. Wow. I want to try and get these 2 questions out before we have to go. Rashida, you have something to say?
James, thank you so much. I am so proud of you. And I'm so happy that I came on the Daily Huddle early, because I was mesmerized with the song that I was hearing and listening to it, because in the words, they mean a lot. If you could go there and influence the world that positive music still exists, you did an awesome job. Thank you very much to be with us on the Daily Huddle. Thank you very much, James.
Excellent, excellent. Oh man, this is great. Cece.
Ron had his hand up first.
Oh, my bad. No disrespect. No disrespect. Ron, you go first. No disrespect.
Very quick, man. This was a great show this morning. I have the chance to really look at James online as well. And James, can you walk me through that picture you have online with your head against a horse? And, you know, best of all, you answered the first question that I had when Sorrel asked you, you know, the pothole, and you kind of run your life, you know, how you get to horses and all that. But there's a picture you got here, like you was spiritually connecting with a horse there. You're with a blue shirt and a white horse. Can you kind of give me what was going on with you in this animal, man?
Oh, I know what picture you're talking about. That's the album cover for Prix Girl. That is a horse by the name of Cat. She is a Swedish warm blood mare at my school. She's a beautiful jumper. And, you know, that is just a pose that's something that I do with horses a lot. You know, like I just like to put my head on them sometimes, you know, like, because I do feel connected to them somehow. And sometimes, you know, they would come back and they would like rest their head on you as well. So that's just a pose that just really felt natural to me.
Wow. So it's a very spiritual picture. I mean, I'm a visual artist, so when I see things like this, I just get gets said, wait a minute, what's going on there? There's something we don't see, but there's something that is present there. Thank you, man. Great, man. And I like your approach about dream state, because I have reached my dream state, and my dream state is connecting art, painting, and construction.
Okay.
And it's been wonderful combination. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent.
I think we have one more. I think we have Cece.
Right. I was just going to say, let's get that quick question in. Yeah. Sorry about that, Cece.
Oh, no worries. I was just saying that, James, you are an amazing person. Your inside and your heart matches what is perfect. And I see that your preparation has paid off. And I think you're just amazing. So keep doing what you're doing. And I pass.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Wait, Cap, you muted.
I knew that. That's why I brought him here, because he's a glistening star. That's why I brought him here. You know, I want everyone to see you, and I think it's our duty to expose people who are, you know, illuminated, so that we can all get a piece of that, right? The light does not dim any less from you. It makes all of us brighter. So that's our time. It's amazing. I wanted to go another half an hour because I know we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But before we go, I want to definitely go over our tenets that we always like to say at the end. We want us all to live. We want to love bigger than we have before. We want to definitely make sure that we make an effort to eat mostly plant-based. We want to make sure that we get enough sleep, right? 5 to 7 hours at least. Even more if you can. And we also want to make sure that no matter what happens, you got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. James, I think that you put on the bio there ways to get in touch with you. We're all going to support you. And anyone that needs to get further to James, you can let me know. But we'll make sure that we put some stuff out to make sure that we can all get in touch with you. And thank you for the music. Thank you all for joining us today on the Daily Huddle, and we definitely will see you back again tomorrow, because that is what we do. Be well and have a great one. Peace.
Yeah, thanks so much, everybody. It was fun.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.
One love, guys. One love.
Excellent.